The French Parliament has just passed a law banning access to social networks for those under 15 years old. Minors who still access them would not be penalized. It is the platforms themselves that would be held responsible. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and TikTok are directly affected. On platforms like YouTube, the comments would be restricted for those under 15, but they would still be allowed to continue watching videos. But all of this comes with a major technical problem. How are we going to enforce this law? Basically, how do we verify users' ages without collecting their identity details? Because if we want to verify users' ages, we have to check all users. And if we ask them for their ID, for example, it becomes the end of anonymity on the internet. The end of anonymity on the internet is something extremely dangerous for freedom of expression. Yes, I know, part of me feels that way too. From time to time, when I read absurdities, outrageous things on social networks, I wish people would take a bit more responsibility for what they say. But that doesn't mean we should throw away the fundamental freedom, the freedom of expression on the internet. And anonymity is part of that. For now, French law doesn't offer a technical solution. It says that it will be up to social networks to find a solution. We know that at the European level, there is currently research being done to create age credentials that are not linked to identity. We also know that there is a citizen initiative that has just written to the European Commission trying to collect signatures called Stop Killing the Internet. The initiative must collect more than 1 million signatures to get a response from the European Commission. This issue of age restriction is extremely complex. I can say that I've made up my mind 100%. In a way, banning social networks by law, well, it's a help for parents. It's easier to set boundaries for your child when the law is backing you up. And we all know very well that kids will get around these laws with VPNs. But just because you can get around a law doesn't mean that law shouldn't exist. But on the other hand, I'm totally against any kind of identification system on the internet. It really does open the door to population control. And if governments have autocratic tendencies, if you know what I mean, things will turn out very badly for us. So my opinion today, though it could still change, is why not ban social media for those under 15, but be very careful about the method used. Subtitling society.